Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from views of comics new and old to history to anecdotes, really wherever our whims take us. Comics are oftentimes described as an American art form, but it's a genre that has been embraced by many, and it's one of my favorites. The power and beauty that can be coaxed from the marriage of art and text can be truly astounding. It can entertain, it can uplift, it can inform, and there's so much out there. So much so that it can be kind of hard to break into, both for fan and creator alike. I'm always looking for something new, and also hoping to bring some comics to your attention that maybe you may not have heard of, but hopefully potentially will enjoy. It is with all of that purple prose stated that I am thrilled to announce that we have a sponsor. Oh yes, that's right, another one. I'm proud to say that today's video is brought to you by Kugali Media. I'm very excited about this one. Let me tell you about Kugali. They are a company whose focus is spotlighting African creators, artists, and graphic novelists to bring African stories and inspired stories to the world. Their mission to help open up the industry for more African creators. And they were kind enough to send me a couple of books to take a look at and to share with you, just in time for the holiday season at the time of this recording. Whatever you're celebrating, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, nothing, it's always time to give yourself a gift. Gifts don't need to be confined to one time of year. I'm very passionate about sharing a multitude of stories from a plethora of voices, so I'm very excited to share a little taste of this one. We're going to take a look at one of their more popular outings, Lake of Tears. And if you end up being interested, I of course will have a link down the description. I'm pleased to announce that I have my own code, Casually2020. It'll be down there, and if you use it, you'll get 10% off all purchases made through the store. They have a bunch of special discount bundles going right now at the time of this recording. I will now share a bit, as I always do, so you can get a sense of the art, the tone, the vibe, the feel, whether it's for you or not. But before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join us on this comic book journey. Lake of Tears is inspired by an all-too-real occurrence, which is pretty heavy. That being children who have been trafficked and forced to work in the Ghanaian fishing industry. But with a twist, 3 teens fight back, and some special powers are involved. Comics as a medium have many inspirations, and often when you enter the international market, you're going to get some serious and localized topics coming through. So comics like this can potentially be a bit of a finally moment for people from those areas who have many such stories which are not highlighted. So with all of that groundwork laid, let's take a look at part 1 of Lake of Tears. Part 1 of 4. Part 1, Dark Waters. Story by Kofi. Art by Sator Fiadzigbe. We open on a child in the water. There will be days like this. Days when you think we'll all be over soon, that your suffering will come to an end. It won't. The narration boxes are interspersed with a second set of third-person style narration boxes, dealing the boy Kai's thoughts as he dives down. Your old life is gone. Your mother is gone. Your father, gone. Your friends, gone. No one remembers you, and if they do, no one cares enough to come for you. These maudlin recollections of what he's been told are interrupted when he finds himself ensnared in a net. On the surface, their keeper, an albino man, who appears to be the one bellowing their depressing anti-pep talk down at them, is told the police are coming, and they have to go before our protagonist can get back up to the surface. And despite not fully wanting to leave him, the man clearly fears something else more, and so they leave. Underneath the surface, Kai watches them, knowing full well what is happening to him. He's drowning. He couldn't believe they left him. But then again, after the stories he'd heard in the camp, he wasn't surprised. Opanium and the Master were capable of anything. As he accepts his fate, he suddenly feels himself propelled upward. I'm in the air. But how? The story then makes the interesting, in my opinion, choice to switch perspectives for a bit. This to Opanian's perspective, the man from the boat, and keeper of the children, and we learn that he is shaken by what happened. His mind flashed back to the bubbles he'd seen rising to the surface tonight. He cursed himself for letting another one die. Those bubbles. Just like the bubbles from last time. Kai awakens on a boat to find himself afloat with a young girl and boy, and we get a sense of them. Aya is angry as the first thing he does is talk to Kai about how his friends left him for dead when he asks what happened. He then presents him with a choice, well, 2 choices. 1, feel sorry for himself, go home and try to pretend that none of this ever happened, forget. Or, you can come with us and help us stop this once and for all. You choose. Oh yes, an ultimatum, the classic cliffhanger. So as always, let's examine this. The story is set up in such a way that you know things are going to move quickly, and as a result, a lot of the information is presented bluntly, or at times just straight out told and not shown. Not all of it though. Some are going to go for this, especially if you're not familiar with the environment or circumstances, so in that case, for an outside audience, it may actually be helpful, though if you are in the know, it may feel a little clunky. Similarly, the alternate setting and stakes for many readers may feel like a breath of fresh air, and something new to be explored, while for other readers it may be too far far off the beaten path, or enter the realm of getting a bit too close for comfort to real-life issues. More robots, please, or perhaps more allegory. I personally think there's a space for all types of stories. The more the better. And it's exciting to see new topics, even serious dark ones. They can be presented in an adventure format, like what is happening here. Or, you know, just straight up darkness, that happens too. I just love seeing a medium that I love being added to. Expanding, growing. I really like the art style. It won't be for everybody, but it gives me slight Avatar vibes, which I'm here for. On the writing side, I will say it took me a moment to figure out which narration boxes went with who, but that was sorted out very quickly, like in 2 pages. And then it was smooth sailing. No pun intended. There's nothing funny about illegal pirate fishing operations. Jokes have a time and a place, like atrocious Catwoman comic reviews. If you're interested in exploring and experiencing a different perspective in comics, then Kugali and Lake of Tears are definitely worth checking out. One of their other popular works is Nani, about sisters transported to a magical realm while fleeing from kidnappers, and that one's super cool because the mythology used is obviously African, which adds a whole new level of intrigue. Which African mythology? You're gonna have to figure that out for yourself, because Africa is a continent, not a country. There are many different cultures down there. These books are available physically or digitally. For Lake of Tears, you're looking at £8.50, and for Nani, $11.99. So at the time of this recording, let me break it down for you. So if you're interested, you know what to do. Follow that link. Check out these books, check out this company's story. It's not too late at the time of this recording to pick something up for the holidays. And if you're not interested, you know what not to do. I'm really excited about Kugali Media, and I hope you enjoyed that snippet of Lake of Tears. But as always, I want to know what you thought. Please let me know down below. While you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it discussing comics, whom they always appreciate, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.